Ciao, welcome back on my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to replace the tie rod end and the steering boot on your vehicle. In my car are both broken. Follow me to see how I do it. Before checking your car, set the parking brake and use some chalk behind the rear wheel. If you don't have an impact gun, lose your wheel bolt before raise the car. Once your car is raised, it will be harder. Refer to your workshop manual to know where to jack your car. Then use at least 2 jack stands. Never work under your car just with the jack, it may fail and cause catastrophic damage including death. I personally use 3 jack stands plus the jack itself. Remove the wheel and turn the steering to full scale to increase the working area. Before disassemble the part, you may already take a look to be sure the new part will fit, especially if you're not using a stock part. Make a visual inspection and be sure that the parts are compatible. Remove the cutter pin from the castle nut. Just align the pin, grab it by the eye and pull it. Now you can unbolt the castle nut. Do it close to the hand, but leave it still in place. You'll see, it will help us. It's not easy to disengage the tie rod hand. Lubricate and get a suitable tool.
No.
Come on guys, for most of us the car is our best friend. Don't hammer or burn it. Spend a few bucks and get a suitable tools. Check always the description for info and updates. The tool I use is similar to others. Position the forks on the arm and then screwing the bolt will push the tie rod out of the knuckle. Era bello stretto. Boom! Lubricate the bolt that holds the tie rod hand and loose it just a little bit. Since the tie rod hand is still engaged by the bolt, we can easily just loose the bolt from the inner tie rod. Loose just a little bit and leave it as close as possible to his position. You will run not too much out from the optimal wheel alignment. Another cross check you may do is count how many turns it takes to remove the tie rod hand, and make the same turn to assemble the new one. When finish the job, you should make anyway the wheel alignment. But at least the road to the shop will be safer. I have to replace also the steering boot, so I continue the job removing the inner tie rod bolt. If you have just to replace the tie rod end, you can already do it. The steering boot is held by 2 clamps. One is easy. You may remove it with the pliers and the other is not so easy. It's an old style fix. Just turn it if you need and remove the wire. Use some lubricant, better if silicone based, and clean also the arm. This will help. And with a flat screwdriver try to enlarge the bolt and pull it out. A broken boot has probably collected a lot of dust and dirt. We better to clean all the old grease and replace with a new one. The inner tie rod is soft, but has absolutely no play, so we may keep it as good. How to understand if it's in good condition? Move it in all directions, especially push and pull, and if don't have absolutely no play, it's still in good condition. In case of doubt, replace it. Check also the boot for the inner and outer diameter. In this case, one has the same diameter but is narrow, so I can't use the same clip that is wider. Now we must remove all the old grease from the inner tie rod and from the steering rack that were exposed to air. The grease is probably dry and have collected a lot of dust and dirt. Now that everything is clean, we must put the new grease. Be sure to grease all the moving parts. Let's slide the new boot in. It will fit easily. The inner side may require the use of a screwdriver to engage. In the kit there was 2 zip ties to fix the boot. It's not the best solution, but it's work. Tighten well, but don't break the boot. Now we can reassemble the tie rod end. A quick clean and lubrication and start bolting the nut. Do you remember how many turns you made it to remove the previous tie rod? 16
e 16.
Even if it's not so dirty, I like to clean also the housing of the tie rod. I do it with a towel and lubricant. The new tie rod may be a little hard, but with some force it will move. Insert in the arm and bolt on the castle nut. With the castle nut on the upper side, because must be secured with a cutter pin. Once you've appointed the castle nut, refer to the workshop manual for the tightening torque. Set your torque wrench to the lower setting. While you are bolting the nut, you may see the tie rod end going in position. Now let's trigger the first setting. We have to insert the cutter pin. In this case, the hole from the cutter pin is aligned with the castle nut. But what if it's not? Let's make an example. Now I set a little higher torque, setting I say 33 Nm. I made a little turn and the cutter pin doesn't enter anymore. At 35 Nm is almost aligned and at 36 Nm is aligned. The purpose is to leave it within his torque setting. The torque wrench is a professional precision instrument and I really don't recommend buying a cheap one. Make some turns full scale to be sure everything is working, and after a visual inspection clean the brake rotor on both sides with a brake cleaner. Clean the brake rotor is important since we used lubricant around it. Ok, the job is almost done. We can now put back the wheel on the car. Don't forget to tighten the tie rod end. With one wrench hold the tie rod and with the other tighten the nut on it. Remember to go immediately to workshop to make the wheel alignment immediately. A last visual inspection also on the boot. Full left, center, full right. Finish to reassemble the car with undercover and all the other stuff you removed to do this job. I didn't show you this procedure, but of course, if you have it, you must remove it and put it back. When you remove some part from your car, label it and store it. You may need it in the future, for example, if you one day will use again a stock part that you removed. So, take this beautiful sheet. One last thing you have to do is to check... Oh, steering lock.